We're back on Cuse TV. Kevin Rice joining us now. And Kev, back on track this last week against Albany. How important was it to bounce back as you did after the first and so far only loss of the season?
Yeah, it was important for us. We felt we got a little bit lucky with the scheduling that we were able to play a midweek game after that first loss, so we didn't have too much time to dwell on it, and we were able to put it behind us pretty quickly.
The midfielders went crazy. It sounded like Albany's defense was really focused on the attack. How important is it to see what they did just to open the whole offense up?
Yeah, it's nice because every game, each team's going to have a different defensive strategy, and Albany the past couple of years has pressed out on the attack and tried to keep the ball above the goal line a little bit, and Henry and Nicky especially really had explosive offensive days, and if teams aren't going to slide to them, they're going to make them pay. So it's good for us to get some balance there.
And for you personally, it looks like things are starting to loosen up at least a little bit for you here in the last few weeks. A 7-point game for you. Have you noticed the defense finally starting to shift their attention at least slightly elsewhere that's opened you up as well?
Yeah, a little bit, and I think that's a product of the other guys' performances. Like you said earlier, the midfielders had a great game last week, and we're pretty balanced, and we have a lot of talent across the board. So especially with Randy, hopefully coming back here soon, we'll spread it out even more, and it makes us dangerous where another guy can step up on a given day.
Yeah, I guess the hope is Randy will be back out there on Saturday, and you'll find that out in practice this week. What would that add to the offense, and what have you guys learned about how you can fill in around him when he's been out here the last few weeks?
Yeah, Randy's a competitor, and I'm sure he's gonna be ready to go Saturday if they give him that chance. So. He obviously adds a lot to our offense. He can do a ton of different things out there. He can be a feeder, he can be a finisher, and he can create his own shot. So a guy like that who can go and get you a goal out of nothing is huge down the stretch when games are going to be close and they're going to be 1 or 2 possession games either way.
Speaking of possessions, you guys have had more than your fair share this season because of Ben Williams. What's it been like watching him go to work and ridiculous 24-27 the last game out?
It's awesome. It's a complete 180 from some of the past years that I've been a part of here, and it's just a different feeling on offense. I think we have probably a few more turnovers this year, but we're able to do that. We're able to play a little bit more aggressively than we have been in the past, and we're able to wear down defenses and keep our defense rested, and just more opportunities leads to more goals.
Carolina this weekend. What are the expectations of a road trip down there? And really the only guy that's ever played down there before is Nicky Galasso. None of the full-time Orange have ever played down there.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's the last place in the ACC that we really haven't been to yet. And, obviously last year was an exciting game and a big one to see, who was going to the ACC tournament and who wasn't. This year's a little different. We're both in the top 5 and we're both pretty much set for the ACC tournament. But, games like these are huge in terms of seeding, in the NCAA tournament. So, you want to rack up as many wins as you can and get as close to that number 1 seed as possible.
Did that Carolina game last year feel in many ways like a turning point still to this day that really got you guys pointed in the right direction?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a game where, we were probably a little bit underdogs in the Dome, and they came in and started hot and had a fairly good-sized lead at halftime, and we were able to sort of weather this